Either way, this isn't prepared. Everything can go wrong. Whatever. So what we're going to do is the system is ready, as in the migration is done. We got some new features, all good stuff. The official onboarding, payment pages, etc. Stripe, it's not there yet. It's not there. So you're not going to get any emails. That's why we're doing this. So it's just sort of extended rough, just a sort of a rough launch. And you're just going to play around with it until I set up the email systems and whatnot. Just sort of, Georgia's coming. Hold on. I'm going to give you the URLs in a sec, and then we can go through the whole onboarding process. Obviously, sort of what will happen anytime. There's Julia. Nice. We got a little crew going on here. I actually was in the car this morning. Hey, Julia. I was in the car this morning when I was sort of with Ed back and forth, and I was like, oh, I couldn't help myself just to send you sort of the messages. And now everybody's here. So I'm so excited. I'm sorry about that. All right, let's kick this off. I don't think any more people will join. Julia, Georgia, meet Kadia, Richard, and Ed. Ed is the technical partner in crime, co-founder of TrendTracker. Again, without this guy, this wouldn't have happened. This isn't planned or not scheduled, but I want to show you TrendTracker V2. You are literally the first to see this. I'm going to give you the URL of the new TrendTracker. That means you can do exactly what I'm going to do now. Then you're going to play around with it, see what it does. You know, TrendTracker V1, TrendTracker V2 will just be much better. In the next couple of days, we're going to fire up the email system. So you're going to get the official onboarding emails, et cetera, et cetera. We're going to do a Slack group as well, where you're going to get an invite for, as well as agency partners, founding members, blah, all that kind of stuff. That's all in the works. For now, I just want to show you this. Hold on. Okay, so here we go. So app.trendtracker.io login. So you're gonna come here. Yes, we're gonna work on the branding. Yes, we're gonna work on the logo. It's all coming. It's all coming at some point, sooner than later. So first thing, what you're gonna do is don't use the email yet. Ed, can we use the email, or should we use the login with Facebook?
If you're a first-time user, then you need to use Facebook.
Okay, so we're gonna click continue with Facebook. There's a new interface. I'm not sure if you're gonna see this, but I don't see if you see this pop-up screen for the login with Facebook, because I'm sharing my screen, so you might not see it. Am I sharing my screen? Okay, cool. So you click continue. Probably because I already logged in, but there's a new interface where you can sort of select all pages and future pages as well, or you can select one by one. So that's pretty awesome. So if you select all pages and future pages, it's just going to do it automatically. Then you're going to go to the TrendTracker dashboard. There's nothing you have to do. It's literally click, click, click. You're going to come here, go to the TrendTracker dashboard. You're going to see all the pages that you selected or that Facebook connected for you. So yeah, this is what it's going to look like. If you got 1, it's going to be 1. If you got 10, it's going to be 10. It's going to be 20. It's going to be 20. You got your nice looking list here. Then you're going to click, I'm just going to take this one. You're going to click connect. You're going to select the ad account. So this automatically pulls in what's connected. You're going to select the ad account. You're going to select your niche. About the niche is mandatory to select, because anytime soon we're going to, the backend is already prepared for it, but we're going to create aggregated, anonymized data sets that allows us to show benchmark data, and then we can start showing graphs and trends on how your performance actually stacks up against similar pages in your niche, which is pretty exciting, I think. So you're going to click connect. What could possibly go wrong here? You're going to wait while the page loads. Congrats, Booksy is connected. You can click done, or you can click view reports. If you click done, then, well, if you're going to click done, it's just going to do this. What you could do, the idea behind this is then you could sort of connect multiple pages at the same time. Then if you click done, then you can still go to view reports. When you load it for the first time, it pulls in data. So it's same sort of TrendTracker V1. It loads the data for the last 30 days by default. So that takes a little bit of time to populate. That's what we're waiting on for now. And we'll add something in here where we tell you not to refresh or whatever. It just takes a little bit of time because we're just pulling in a vast amount of data. TrendTracker V2, you all probably already saw the screenshots. There's some big differences compared to TrendTracker V1. Let me just sort of walk you through. Default last 30 days. Date picker, if you select your date picker Friday, let's say the last 7 days or whatever, then I just want to show you this quickly. So use the date picker to generate a report for the X number of days. Now, this was one of what I'm going to show you now is what Julia requested, and it's one of the first days. This feels ages ago, but and this sounds super simple, but let me just explain. You probably expect this anyway. So this date is now fixed, which means if I now go to a different report, it still shows the report in the same date range. If I now go to, and this is a big one that we launched, you haven't seen this in real life, you can now this is at the account level, but if you can see here, you can now select, an actual campaign. So the tricky thing with Facebook is what we do here is we pull in all the active campaigns from your ad account. We need to dive in deeper, but for now, if you have a campaign at the campaign level toggled as on, but maybe it hasn't spent anything in an X amount of time, Facebook still treats it as active and therefore shows this big ass list. I don't know which one is active here, but I don't know, let me just take this one. So what you can do now is you can actually drill down and see the performance based on the actual campaign level instead of the account level. It's going to take a little bit of time. It might give zero data because I don't know if this campaign is actually spending. So in case you're wondering, are you going to do ad set level and ad level as well? Yes. Okay. That was sort of obvious that it was going to happen, of course. Hold on. This is probably spending some money. So you can drill down on the campaign level, see the actual results based on the campaign level. Now, one of the core features for TrendTracker is setting your goals. And the goals are important because when you set your goals, the color coding and sort of the graphs that we're working on are going to show your they're going to sort of visualize your performance compared to your goals. So you need to we're going to push in TrendTracker, we're going to push the users to actually set your goals. And I'm going to show you how we're going to do that. So let's say my CPA is, I don't know, I'm just going to do this random, yeah? And my AOV is 10, and my CPC is 1.5, or 1, and I need a sales conversion rate of 2, and my pixel ROAS needs to be 3. As you can see here, it's automatically updated. When I click out, it reloads. And now the color coding in the dashboard is anchored around your goals. Anytime soon, what I'm thinking that we're probably going to create something like a goal calculator, which might be helpful. So we can then from there push your goals to the goal settings here. What I can see that we're going to do is these are your goals, but I can sort of see that we're going to push benchmark numbers here as well. So you can toggle between, hey, how am I performing against my benchmark and how am I performing against my goals? So that's sort of what is in sort of what we're working on. Okay, so these are the goals. Then I know you want to go to the AI stuff, but I'm just going to wait. I'm going to leave that for now. We launched notifications. So if you go to notifications, then you got your notification sort of dashboard. The most important thing for now is that the whole system that triggers the notifications is working. We got sort of the logic fleshed out, etc. Why I'm saying that, because that allows us to add different notifications on top of this. But this is what we're going to start with. You can set a ROAS trend alert when the average ROAS over the last 3 or 7 days, and maybe depending on your feedback, we're going to add 10 days or whatever, where we just want you to, you need to look at it in a longer period of time instead of 1 day. So for now, we just sort of guide you, hey, if my ROAS over the last 7 days is at least 10, 20, 30, whatever, up to 100% above or below my goal, send me a notification. And then because I think because I'm sharing my screen is set your ROAS goal before enabling trend alerts. I think we already did that. So your trend alerts cannot be enabled when you didn't set your goals. So that's how we're pushing people to setting their goals. Same thing for AOV trend alert. When the average AOV over the last 3 days is 20% above or below my goal, I want to get a notification. Now, the notifications for now are, I don't see there. The trend alerts for now are browser notifications. So it's probably because I'm sharing my screen. It does, and my computer settings, my privacy settings, it doesn't sort of show the pop-up that I need to approve browser settings. But when you enable this, there's going to be a pop-up somewhere here. Allow browser notifications from TrendTracker. You click yes, or you click no. But if you click no, you're not gonna get the notifications. And then
You have, excuse me, you have to go to channels, then turn on push notification.
Sorry, you need to go to channels. So enable. It's not working. Anyway, I'll include this in my onboarding email. Oh, there we go. So yeah, it's probably because it was already on. But when you do this for the first time, you get this pop-up, allow browser notifications from TrendTracker, click yes, boom. Then you select your, you enable your, you configure your trend alerts, set your channels. We maybe need to, I want your feedback on, just let me know in the next couple of days how you sort of think this UX is and how it's working for you or how it's not working. Then we can sort of change the flow here a little bit. Most important thing is it will send these notifications in a browser notification just with, hey, this and this and this happened for this and this page. And then there's a link, you can click on the link and then you actually go to the dashboard. Some performance summary notifications is something that we roll out. Which we will roll out as we go. That will then also be connected to the channels. For now, we're using push notifications, expect Slack, Messenger, WhatsApp, whatnot. Hold on, is that Rose? Oh no, never mind. So that's common. These are your settings. You got your first name, you got your last name, you got your email address, password stuff, preferences. You can set your time zone, the time zone. So the browser notifications are going to be sent between 9 a.m. and 10 p.m., I think, in your time zone. Is that correct, Ed? Yeah, that's correct. Then you got your subscriptions. You can ignore this for now. Everybody's on a free trial. We will upgrade you to the number of pages you can connect, and your GTP4 credit users is now sort of set to you can have 5 you got 5 credits, but we'll upgrade you in the next couple of days. You go to the dashboard, and then I think everything you've been waiting on, obviously. Oh, let's go here.
Maybe you can try the push notification or reset permission with the Google Chrome permission. Click the. Now you have to go back to the TrendTracker. Go back to TrendTracker, then click the lock icon. Reset permission. Then go to notification, then channels, then turn on allow.
There it is. There it is. You see here? TrendTracker, allow, create.
Yeah, I will send you a push notification
Yeah, and
now.
then I got a URL, we can trigger the push notification, and then sort of you got the push notifications. Add some, so this made a wave. I just pushed a sort of a screenshot on my Facebook profile and sort of blew up sort of the internet, at least sort of in my perspective. So what we can do now, and we're going to fine tune this, but I think this is pretty epic. So let's say you want to generate, let's say, well, I'm just going to do this for now like this. You're going to set a date range, and you can now generate a summary report based on the data in the top level BIS KPIs. So Julia, I built this with you in mind because I think this is just going to help you incredibly. You were the one that always had, but how can I use this for client reporting? I was like, oh yeah, fuck, we need to do something with that. I know. I think we're getting there as well. I thought. Anyway, so Julia, this is built with you in mind. For now, it generates a summary based on the top level BIS KPIs report for a specific date range. So you click generate. So if you didn't set your goals, it's going to be grayed out. And then there's a little icon there that says, hey, you got to set your goals. And the reason why we do that, because we feed the AI in our prompt, we feed the AI with the data from the goals and from the actual performance data. If we do that without, it's just not that helpful, and it's just going to get really messy on our end because the AI is going to spin up sort of whatever it comes up with. So we got a little sort of story here. Wait. Understand incorporation during this time. These hefty times. I think we need to do something else here. I think we need to come up with some kind of a I don't know, whatever we come up with, something funny. Thank you for choosing our service. Oh man, I'm just blame the AI. I see I'm already looking in the back end, something going on. Yeah. There it is. And this is live. I don't think I pushed any buttons in the back end. So we got our nice little sort of editor here. Yeah, so these are sort of, this is the data that is generated. So we push this data. We already had the averages, so we learned fairly quickly that ChatGPT, this is GPT-4, by the way. For now, we don't ask you to use your own API keys or whatever. We use our API key and we run it over our accounts, and so it's literally plug and play. These numbers, we feed it these numbers, so we don't ask it to calculate because we've quickly learned it just comes up with BS. Trust me. Don't use ChatGPT 3, 4, whatever to make any calculations because it's not going to work. It looks really sort of convincing. And then people start replying, yeah, but dude, those calculations are not correct. I'm like, oh shit, you might be right. So the KPI goals, we pull this this from the goal section. Then we use this sort of, hey, performance compared to the KPI goals. There's a little summary. I'm not going to read this because I'm just sort of, I'm buzzing. I'm not able to read. To counter these negative trends, we suggest implementing the following strategy. And then if you click save, and then you can sort of make it bold. And then Julia, this one's for you as well. Everything's for Julia. You can put in an image. And you can write if you want to. If you got something sort of copy pasted, you can probably copy paste it in here, and you click save changes, and then you got your whole client reporting done for you right here. I don't think you have your whole client reporting done for you here, but this should be able to sort of shave a significant amount of time for at least writing the reporting stuff, and then you can use this to hit the ground running. One thing that I'm working on, this is under under embargo, if that's the proper word for it. But what I want to do is talking to a few people that have vast amount of content, and this is, well, you can fill in the blanks there. But what I want to do is I want to feed the AI based on content from a few top-notch media buyers out there, and see if we can ask based on this performance summary, or based on these possible spotted negative trends, we can create a prompt that then generates a strategy that the AI generates based on the content from these people. So instead of having it asking to come up with something himself, we create a container with the content from these people, and then we send the whatever, if that makes any sense. So for now, take this with a grain of salt, please. Take this with a grain of salt, read it, laugh about it. Maybe it's good. Take some key takeaways. There's nothing, we didn't feed it anything to, it just sort of, it comes up with this itself. Yeah. So everything here is all generated. This is generated. We will be refining sort of the strategy there. And based on your feedback, in the next couple of days, we can make this better. We can add stuff, we can take stuff out, and we can sort of, we can refine it. Please be aware that the information may not always be accurate. Numbers should be accurate because that's what we feed it. Full stop. I think. Did I miss anything yet? I don't think so. Oh yeah, you can jump between between pages in here, and you can remove the sidebar. And obviously you can sort of still change the currencies in the dashboards. Questions? I open the mic. Everybody's here. Thoughts?
You know, I'm going to say the obvious thing. How do I use this to report to my client? What does it look like when you download it now? If I did want to present this to somebody, if say they wanted the last 28 days,
that's a great question.
What can I give them?
I don't know. What do you mean? What do you give them?
From the color, my voice isn't working. From the color coding thing.
Oh, from the color coding, yeah. So
yeah, because
we haven't figured.
I found that they really like that. Because they can just, obviously you can just matrix it when you look at it and you sort of understand what's going on.
That makes sense.
Yeah, how do I give it to them?
If that's still sort of, it's the same scenario, so you can sort of print it, but we need to, so that it looks like this. So we still need to figure out how we can push the actual color coding into PDF. I'm not even sure if that's possible. Ed and I looked at that. Other scenario will be just sort of screenshot. That obviously has color coding in it.
That's what I've been doing, and they are liking it still. So.
That's good, yeah. So another thing that what I would want to do is, and that's on the roadmap, sort of at least on our roadmap somewhere, is to give you the option to generate a URL that then can be shared with the client, so they can actually see it sort of in their browser. And then what I'm thinking is that we take away all this stuff, and it just sort of be a basic view where. This is going to be a basic view, maybe with sort of a context segment up there where you can add copy and you can put your logo there. I think that's going to be the easiest way forward, Julia. What do you think?
Sounds good. Yeah, perfect.
But for now, we're going to figure out if we can sort of push the actual colors into PDF or into PDF. And let's figure that out in the next couple of days.
What does it look like at ad level?
We don't have it yet.
I thought you did. Have I missed that? Is it ad set level you've got?
It's the campaign level.
Oh, okay.
So
I was just sorry. Yesterday at that Ad World conference thing, I haven't watched it yet, but a lot of people have been talking about one of the talks, which was showing a color coded thing about how creatives are working, and a lot of people got quite excited about that. So I mean, obviously it's early days, but maybe you could bring that in sometime. That'd be lovely.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. That was one of Richard's early sort of requests, and that's definitely common. I think that's sort of, I think we took a little sidetrack here on implementing the summary generator, but I think we're going to use the format that Richard is using, but he never sort of was able to finish, to grade video performance.
Amazing.
that's going to be fairly, I think it's going to be fairly easy build for us, because we already have we already have the infrastructure and everything. So the only thing what we would have to do is probably, I think we're going to do it somewhere here in the video play metrics.
Because that's, I guess, the other thing that clients ask is they want to know by creative what's working best. And if I could just show them by color, it would be, oh God, it would save me so much time.
Yeah, no, but that will happen. That's something that's been on top of the list for a while.
Amazing.
Yeah, that should be fairly easy fix. We'll touch base with Richard. Let's discuss that somewhere next week to get that going.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt, but on that same note with the creatives, if you're going at ad level, would there be a way to filter out a specific ad name? So for example, if you wanted to compare like specific ads only, not all of the ads, would there be a way to like filter out, say you had like different ads in different campaigns, but you wanted to compare them in different campaigns? Does that make sense?
Yeah, that does make sense. I guess the quickest solution for that would now be to open up a new tab.
Yeah.
Like this. I guess for now that's just going to be the most straightforward solution, and then sort of you can actually compare. You can compare it from there. I don't envision. I don't have put enough thought into how we could make it comparable.
Well, ad versus a different ad, or your same ad in other campaigns, like the same, say, ad one in different campaigns. Is that what you're sort of saying?
Yeah, or even in like different ad sets, a lot of times you'll test the same ad in different ad sets. If there's a way to filter out, like have two ad sets comparing with those same ads in them. Yeah. But I get what you're saying, in different tabs is what what we'll do.
Yeah, because how I had it built out before was just as what we've been talking about before, the creative reporting. I had the naming convention and using post IDs, so it was the same. The ad would pull across all the ad sets and all the campaigns. It would average out the data. So, but that's actually probably, if you want to compare it across ad sets, you don't want that, do you? You want to see an ad set against different audiences. Because
I guess that's two different. You'd probably want to do it both ways, like seeing how it's performing overall, but then seeing how it's performing in different audiences.
Yeah, because I was just using like data slayer, just pulling data into a Google spreadsheet and made like hook rate and stuff like that. So you could compare it as an average, but I was using a naming convention to pull, and post IDs. I always usually use post IDs, so it was the same ad. So we get the average of the ad across all the campaigns you had it in. Or ad set, sorry. But yeah, that's actually a good point, because you compare it against ad set to ad set as well, so it'll be audience to audience.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Come up with a solution there. I think the first step would be, but correct me if I don't know, but let's think about this. I think the first step would be to create a logic that looks something like this, what you see on the screen now, where we actually have the hook rates and everything sort of that comes with that. And then based on the averages, or even your goals, but maybe it will be easier to do it on averages, show the color coding based on the averages. So if when there's a video creative that significantly performs above the average, and then we could even sort of tier it, it gets a specific color, so you can actually see which ad at the campaign, sort of at the account level, which video ad is sort of performing above the average. And then we should be able to drill it down at the ad set level as well. Because what you're going to do then is you're going to select a campaign, you're going to select a campaign. In the video play metrics report, you're going to select a campaign, and then moving forward, you can select the ad set as well. So you would be able to show which ads are performing. You should be able to see color coding based on how your ads are performing on the ad set level or at the campaign level. And then for now, I don't have any solid answer on how we could make that comparable without just duplicating the tabs.
Mm-hmm.
What are you using now for that, Georgia?
a bit of everything, I guess. A lot of like manual work probably is the main thing, is just like manually looking at it. In 2-minute reports, you can kind of do like tables that has ads, but I haven't really gone into that too much. Basically, it's more of a manual thing, yeah.
Okay, we'll push it up to we'll push this sort of up to the to-do list, getting the creative reporting in, because that's sort of where it all comes down to. But it will sort of, I think, no, it will probably start with creative sort of video reporting, because then we got the hook rates and all that. Let's start with that.
Yeah.
How do you pull it by ad name, or do you pull it by post ID, or how do you get the data from Facebook?
That's a great question. It's something we need to figure out. We should be able to pull the names from the creatives in a specific campaign, or we should be able to, I don't know, we need to figure it out. I don't know. I really don't know. There's so many options. Could be on, I don't know. I need to figure it out. We need to look at it, what the best way will be. I think your setup, Richard, was pretty good, similar to something we have here. Let's take that as a sort of a starting point, and then see what we can come up with.
Yeah, cool. No worries.
Katja, what do you think?
Yeah, I think it's got a lot of opportunity. I guess my questions really are about, if we do come up with things that are we find bugs or anything like that, what's the best way to kind of contact you, and kind of, even if we could share potentially.
Yeah, for now, just drop it in Messenger. But what
Yeah.
I'm going to do today is I'll create a Slack channel.
Yeah, that'd be great, because I can just see that, someone will say something, we'll go, oh, okay, right, and just to kind of.
No, what I'll do is I'll create a Slack channel, and I'll invite you, and then we'll put a structure in that, maybe bug reports or feature requests or whatever, or overall general chat. Let's push that to Slack for now. Until then, if you got anything, then just drop it in Messenger. That's the easiest way to do this.
Okay, great. And just another question. Are you okay if my main Facebook ad buyer logs in, just because she's the one basically doing all this, and I'll work with her just from a reporting standpoint as well. So thank you.
No, 100%. Something that we're going to go to at some point is that there will be sort of a number of users that will then be connected to your login. But for now, it's rough. It's rough. There's no boundaries in terms of sort of caps and maxes and whatever. So it's your playground. Go for it. Yeah.
I think once we get into it a bit more, like especially once looking at the reporting stuff, once you get more insight coming through on that, obviously right now it's quite top line, from what I'm seeing. So when you it's in terms of reporting as well, will it pull in? You choose certain elements to report on. Like there's one of the things when I'm referring to it said like, oh, recommend a bottom of funnel, right? Obviously that's quite. Is it considering the whole campaign, if that makes sense, when it's saying those kind of things, or is it early days?
Oh, it's super early days.
Yeah, cool.
The only it takes in it doesn't do any. I don't think. Take this recommendation with a grain of salt.
Yeah, it's obviously I get it, but it's just how obviously if we've got a team, it's about communicating that as well. So in terms of I'm not saying we'll be going directly out to clients with this, but being able to understand in more detail from a knowledge-based perspective, just to make sure that people don't grab it and run with it and think.
No, they shouldn't. We'll put some disclaimers on there. What I want to do, where I want to go, is that we're building our own, because now it pulls it from the general OpenAI sort of learning points, whatever. It's just sort of the open interface, although we do it through the API. What I wanted to do is, where I want to go is that we can generate a prompt based on the actual performance that is sort of based on the actual negative trends that are identified, to create a prompt out of that, and then call our own knowledge base that we're going to build. This is something that I'm just sort of starting in the last couple of days in the talks about that, and because that's going to be fairly complete. But then the recommendation should be more. They should be more reliable, because they are generated based on our own knowledge base, which is powered by insert a few names.
Great.
that's where I want to go. That's where I want to bring this.
I'm excited to play. I can just see how it's going to improve along the journey. So it's great to be part of it at this stage to see the.
Let me just TrendTracker login. Here you go. There we go.
Woo.
Make sure if you click on the link now, then because when the Zoom is closed, the link is gone. I'll share it in. I'll share the messenger as well. But yeah, this is it. This is it. So this is
Amazing.
user number 1, 2, 3, and 4, right there.
Awesome.
Yeah,
How many I can set up today?
Yeah. So this is just, I mean, we came a long way. And first of all, sort of Julia, Richard, thank you for your early sort of joining and your feedback and your everything I already said, but I just want to sort of acknowledge that one more time. Georgia and Katia, welcome aboard. You're sort of newish.
Thank you.
But excited to sort of embark on this journey with you guys and girls and bring this to wherever we can bring it to. It's got our top priority, so expect a lot of iterations, a lot sort of within the scope of it, just sort of pushing new stuff. And
how's the offline events coming on? I know you're bored of that question, but
yeah, no, that actually
keep harassing you.
So Ed, did you get a chance to test that new API endpoint already for the offline events?
Sorry?
Did you get a chance to test the new API endpoint for the offline events?
Oh, not yet. For the offline conversion, offline events, not yet.
Okay, so again, something to
not yet.
No worries, buddy. No worries. I know. So we did the other stuff, so we could do this. But Julia, yes, that's one of the things that is, I guess that's sort of top of the line. So we got a Shopify app. The Shopify app needs to be, gets a new logo, needs to have a new name. So we need to do that and then push it back to Shopify so it can, so they can reapprove it. We figured out why the offline conversion sort of thing we've built isn't working. The only thing what we need to do is we need to sort of we need to rework it in our backend, and then we're going to add a section in TrendTracker where you can download the Shopify app, upload it, put the webhook in there, and then it should be able to pull in the offline conversion data to your ad account.
Brilliant.
In the wake of that, what we're going to do as well with the Shopify app is already there. We just built it for a completely different purpose a couple months ago. And then what we're going to do with the Shopify app as well is we're going to pull in Shopify data into TrendTracker, into our database.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. So then we can sort of create new reports based on your actual Shopify data. So we can do estimated ROAS.
I'd love to know what data you're going to be pulling from Shopify.
Yeah. I think everything. I know. Let's see what we can do. Let's see. Because I guess for now, the most sort of the app is there. App is working. App is approved. It needs to rejig because it was centered around Messenger. It already has the webhook function in there. We just need to spend some time on rejigging it. That's the only thing.
Are you going to be doing anything with UTMs?
Drop that. What would you want to do?
Well, a lot of people, including me, spend a lot of time in Shopify looking for UTMs to match up to their ads, and I just wondered if you could pull them somehow. I don't know. My brain's not working today, but
so I guess this is where the Slack channel is going to be the perfect place to start these discussions or start these chats, whatever. Look, I think the biggest advantage that Ed and I have is that we're flexible, as in agile. We can sort of, if there's a relevant question and there's sort of it benefits the whole community, we'll build it. Simple, famous last word.
Basically, there's anything that's going to help with attribution. And I know a lot of people use UTMs to try and, especially on really tiny budgets, really small clients. Like every sale counts basically. So, and I know a lot of people that spend a lot of time trying to trace through working out if it was their sale or not.
Yeah.
But and anything that's going to help attribution would be amazing.
Yeah, I use UTMs a lot, but yeah, obviously it might just be something that comes with it.
Yeah.
No, it's just a thought, because you said you were pulling stuff from Shopify. That's one of the first things that I know a lot of people pull from Shopify manually. That's all.
Yeah, so let's dive in that. I guess the biggest things for now is we need to clean up some stuff in the back end and sort of make it ready for everybody. You guys run with it. I'm going to set up Slack channel today. Let's sort of, when you've got any questions, any ideas, whatever, just drop it in the Slack channel, and then we can sort of take it from there. Creative reporting, big one. Shopify app together with the offline conversion feature, also a big one. I guess those are the biggest ones. And then one thing in the wake of that.
We've lost you. I can't hear you.
Oh, hello?
You went into the matrix. We couldn't hear all that. It cut out.
Oh, am I back?
You turned into Dalek.
Hello? Am I back?
Yes,
you're back.
Yeah, so biggest things,
back.
let's wrap it up. Let's sort of Slack channel coming today. I'll send you invites. Play around with TrendTracker. Sort of for now, it's just sort of it's open. There's no caps, there's no nothing. What would be extremely helpful is if you could connect as much pages, ad accounts, to TrendTracker as possible and relevant. Lead gen is coming, but for now that just doesn't make any sense. So if you have 5 or 10 of these ad accounts, or even 3, please connect them. And the reason why I'm asking that, it's a big one actually, is because that is going to help us hit the ground running with the benchmark reporting. I think that's going to be, those are the big ones that we have on the radar now. So finishing reworking the app, offline conversions, creative reporting, AI stuff.
Stupid question.
Yeah.
Clients can't see that we've hooked this into it, can they?
Well, technically, if they go on to their Facebook page, they go to their settings or advanced settings or whatever, there is a section where all the apps that somebody connected to their page, they will see that an app is connected to their page, but you have to specifically search or go for it, and then you will see that.
Got it.
So that's sort of the foreseeable future. Creative reporting, Shopify app, offline conversions. What else did I miss? I want to do ad copy as well. Sort of create an interface there where we can where you can put in your variables and then ad copy comes out. So that's coming as well. Oh yeah. But the biggest one would be benchmark reporting. So that's where I was, benchmark reporting, and then we're going to show nice graphs instead. So we're going to expand on the color coding reports that we have now. You're going to have nice graphs where you can see this is what I'm doing, this is what the industry is doing, and this is going to be the difference in between. And then you can start sort of have intelligent conversations with your clients about, hey, clients, we're actually following the market or whatever, that kind of stuff. So that's the actual foreseeable future.
Will that AI generator bring in any of that information? Is that able to bring in so for example, it's like a negative week, and then it can on the bottom of that be like the benchmark sort of trended downwards this week compared to the results?
Oh, yeah, no, 100%. But first we need to have that data, because what we're doing now is we're including the actual performance and the goals. So the goals are set by you, but on top of the goals, when we have the benchmarks, we can also sort of add a column there, and this is the benchmark. And then what we need to do is we need to refine sort of the prompt that we're giving the AI to also include, to take the industry data that we give it, take that into account as well, and then it sort of can generate a section on that specific data, how your performance is comparing or stacking up to the industry. So it's going to be your goals, it's going to be the industry, it's going to be magic.
Amazing.
Any specific questions?
Yeah, just on the notifications, do you think that once you've got that nailed down, you can use the notifications for setting rules on Facebook? So, you can set rules, cut spend at this, or, the row steps, cut this, and you can automate that? Or is that a long shot?
No, that's not a long shot by no means. So, all right, all cards on the table. I'm not holding back anything anyway. But so the other thing is what I want to do, and I already fleshed it out. I don't think I even shared this with Ed yet, but is to create have rules, stop and loss rules. And there's sure you could create these whatever stop and loss rules, and then I already fleshed those out. So what I'm thinking to do is add those as a separate section into the dashboard, and you can enable stop and loss notifications. So that will be the first step. So you would get a notification through whatever channel that this stop and loss rule has been triggered. And then I guess the first step would be, hey, Richard, this and this happened. Consider pausing or stopping your ad or whatever to maintain its profitability. So I guess that's the first step. And the second step, refining that, would be giving you the option to turn off the ad or the ad set from within that notification. But I don't want to, at this stage, I don't want to have the responsibility that our backend is going to turn that off for you. I think that should always be a decision that the media buyer takes, not us. Was that what you're looking for? Does that answer your question?
Yeah, no, that makes sense. No, you've nailed that.
Yeah. So we got those rules. What I'll do is I'll share those rules with you in the Slack channel, with everybody in the Slack channel in the foreseeable future. Then we can jam on that. Maybe we tweak a little bit, and then we can build those rules in. And the beauty of this is we already have all the logic. So the infrastructure is already working. So it shouldn't be weeks of work to implement additional rules, because we can just plug them into the existing framework. So that should be fairly quickly.
Can I just ask if there's any major updates or anything, just to give us a heads up? So if we go in and we're like, oh, where's that gone?
No, 100%.
Would be amazing.
No, that's a great one. That's a good one. No, that's a good one.
And also, can you send this recording across just for
I will.
training?
I will. I think one of the things that we're going to implement as well would be a notification center inside of the TrendTracker dashboard.
Yeah, awesome.
It's already there, but we didn't build it and make it available. But maybe something with a little bell icon or something that you can see, hey, something is going on. The other thing what we're probably going to do is when a notification is sent through the browser, that we're going to have something like an annoying pulsing red something in the browser tab. So if you didn't see the browser thing, then you at least see something pulsing in the browser tab, because many of you have 1,000 tabs open, and there's at least something. Oh, everybody, me too. So those little things that's all going to happen 100%.
Yeah, cool. Awesome. Beautiful.
I'm not sure if I'm able to function today. Yeah, I'm extremely excited about I know where we came from and where we are, and the majority of you were on this path. Yeah, you guys excited?
Yeah.
Can't wait to get into it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good stuff. I'll send you if you got any questions, just drop them. And then if not, then we're just going to wrap it up. I'll send you the recording.
Great. Thank you.
Whip up the Slack channel. Oh,
Slack channel. That's what
do me a favor. Could you drop your email addresses? Maybe do it now. Drop your email addresses for the Slack invite here in the comments. Then I'll just copy them out, and then I'll get it up and running today. Noise. Oh yeah, and just one other thing. There's one more thing. Oh, hold on. This is Julia. Richard, drop your email I'm not sure if you have your email. We're going to build something around. There you go. Got it. We're going to do something around affiliates, an affiliate sign up as well. So I know some of you have groups or clients or are in media buying groups that are interested as well, just like Richard. The idea, Julia, hold on. Let me just make sure I got Georgia as well. The idea we have now is that we're going to have a sign up page. That's being developed now. What I'm thinking is that we will duplicate the sign up page, create a dedicated URL, like TrendTracker sign up / Richard, Georgia, Julia, Kadia, whatever. And then we can always identify any signups through that page, and we can, am I gone again? We can sort of attribute those signups to yours truly. I'll drop a little bit more on that in the next couple, in the next week or so somewhere. I also need to finish up a boat that I'm building. Fuck. Yeah, sort of perfect storm. All right, guys.
Do you still want those guys? Do you still want to get those guys to jump on those other agencies, or do you want me to hold fire on it until you've got those pages set up?
Sorry, could you repeat that?
Do you want me to get those other guys to jump on those other agencies that I had lined up for you, or do you want me to wait until you're all set up with your affiliate pages, etc.?
Well, that's a great question. What do you think?
Up to you, man. They're ready to roll whenever you want them in. For benchmarking, you get the data. So,
well, we can still identify them as being sort of attributed to you. We could just do it in the back end. So the sooner we can get them on, the sooner we can get the feedback, and then that would be good. You want to do it now? No, not now. In the next couple.
No, we won't do it now, but I'll do it in the next couple of days.
Oh, I thought so. Maybe you got them sort of banging on the door.
No, they're not waiting. They're not waiting to jump on the call.
No. Okay, cool. No.
Come all the way down to Dunedin and knocking at your door. God, that's at 10:30 at night.
Yeah, true. Yeah, so it's New Zealand. All right. I thank you. Just want to say thank you. It's going to be an amazing journey. So this is the kickoff, and thank you for just being here now, and appreciate that. And you got the login details. I'm going to whip up the Slack channel today, send you an invite, and we'll just rock and roll. Let's just kick it off. Let's rock and roll, guys. I love it.
And thank you and Edmund as well for giving us this opportunity. It's incredible, and thank you for all the hard work. And I'm really excited to feedback and take this future for you guys. So it's awesome.
I love it.
Yeah.
Just one thing. I just want to make a screenshot and then just sort of everybody look in the camera and then wave or something. Hey, hi. Well, that didn't work. Everybody, okay. Either way, I got the screenshot. Either way, famous screenshot. This is all right. I'm starting dabbling here, guys. Again, thank you so much. Appreciate you, and I'll see you on the other side.
Appreciate it.
All right.
Nice to meet you all. Have a great day, night.
Bye bye.
Nice to meet you all. Bye.